Hello guys, in this video we'll learn to set up ELK Stack for our Rust application. ELK Stack, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana is used for centralized logging and monitoring, where Elasticsearch stores and indexes our data for fast, scalable search and real-time analytics. Logstash collects, processes, and transforms our data for storage in systems like Elasticsearch. And Kibana helps us visualize our data which is stored in systems like Elasticsearch. And together it forms ELK Stack. So in this video, we'll learn to set up ELK Stack for our Rust application and understand each of these components, how it operates, and visualize or analyze our logs in Kibana. So without further ado, let's dive into it and let's start. And as we start, there is a link to my Discord in description, so make sure you join it. First of all, let's get a quick overview of application I'll be using today to set up ELK Stack. You can use any other backend application that you have built in past or you are building, or if you need the same code as I'm using in this video, then just comment down below and I'll be happy to share this example as well. So we have a pretty basic customer API with a health check, and then we have get customer by ID, which just returns some in-memory stuff that we are building, and then we have a code to spin up our server. I have added some logs here and there that we want to visualize in Kibana. Don't get frustrated seeing a warning log in health check. This is just to add some dummy logs which we can then visualize. But if you have a full-fledged application, feel free to use that application as well for the same video. And as far as project structure is concerned, we have a cargo toml file with a few dependencies that we need. And then we have a Docker compose, which we'll use to spin up our ELK stack. Then create a logs directory. Inside, you can add the name, anything that you want. I just added myservice.log, where our Rust application will dump the logs, and Logstash will pick the log, process, and submit to or dump to Elasticsearch. And then we have Logstash pipeline, Logstash Conf file, where we'll add the config. That's pretty much all that we have, and main file is basically our application. Now let's move to Docker Compose, and here we can spin up a few containers for our ELK stack. Let's quickly set up the version first as 3.8, and then we need services, Elasticsearch, and we use an image. I'm using this version for Elasticsearch. You can use any of the latest image depending on when you are watching this video from Docker Hub. And then we will add container name as Elasticsearch, and then we have to pass a few environment variables to set up a single node discovery operation and allocate 1 GB of memory for JVM, and disable security features since we are just using it in testing and development moment. For production, obviously you have to apply some level of security. And then we need to expose a few ports. So let's quickly add ports, and we just need actually 9200 and 9200, and we add some volumes. ES data, user, share, Elasticsearch data. And let's add the volume to process the data outside the container. So volumes, and right here we'll just add ES data. So this is where we store our data to process if the container even gets deleted or whatever. So and now let's add Logstash, help process and push our logs, and let's use some Docker image. Similarly, container name as Logstash, and depends on if Elasticsearch is properly stacked. So Elasticsearch, since we need Elasticsearch to dump our data or process our data. And ports, so we need 5044. So if you're thinking why do we need 3 ports, Logstash uses 5044 for receiving the data from beats, and 5000 for input plugins like HTTP and TCP, whereas 9600 for its monitoring and basically to expose the metrics and status. So after ports, and now let's add some volume. So volumes, and right here we would just map the volumes that we have. So Logstash pipeline and config that we had would be mapped to user share Logstash and pipeline. Similarly, another volume that we have is logs directory, where we write our logs and we map it to the logs. And then let's pass an environment variable that we need to set the JVM memory limit for Logstash to 512 MB. And finally, we need is Kibana. So let's add the final part of our stack, which is Kibana, and let's quickly add the image and container name as Kibana. And then we have depends on, again, Elasticsearch, because Logstash needs Elasticsearch to push your data and or dump and persist it, and Kibana needs to load from your Elasticsearch. And then we need is to find a port, so 5601, and then we have an environment variable that is the path. So Elasticsearch hosts as HTTP Elasticsearch 9200. That's literally all that we need in our Docker Compose. And now let's quickly go and set up our conf, and let's add the config for how we want our Logstash pipeline to process these logs. So input is from file, and we have to specify the path, which is again same as the path that we just mapped to our container and where our Rust application will be writing as well. So logs myservice.log, and then we have to set the starting position. So we want start position for, just for testing reason, we can set it to beginning, and then we need since db path if we want to like not read every time from the start. Then we can set up accordingly, but for now we'll just do def and null, and then the codec as the format as JSON. After the input, obviously we need some output, as this signifies how we want the output to be sent to Elasticsearch. So Elasticsearch, and here we can add hosts. So HTTP, again for us it's running in the container, so I'll just say Elasticsearch 9200, the port that we mapped, and index as an index where our logs will be forwarded. So here I can just add customer API, and if you want to add for debugging that you want to see your logs in the container as well of Logstash, then you can add codec stdout as Ruby debug. Now this would ensure that all the logs that you have which are getting processed by Logstash are also dumped in your container, so just so you can debug as well. And the final part is to add the capability for our Rust application to dump all the logs in that file so that Logstash can read and process those logs. Pretty straightforward. We can just set the FMT tracing subscriber. So for that, first of all, open options, and right here new create if not available, and append always, and then open. So just from the neighborhood where we have our file, but you guys can add any path where you are storing your file, myservice.log, and unwrap or expect, and then subscriber fmt subscriber and builder JSON and with max level. So you can set the max level to anything that you want, and for the purpose of this video I would set that level to info. So basically info, and then warn and errors would be reported. But if for some reason you want to even see the debug logs, you can add so info, and with writer, and right here we'll just make box make writer new and pass your file that we just open and finish. That's all we need to do, and all of these logs that we have should be forwarded. And right here we can just do is tracing and subscriber set global default. Right here we can set our subscriber, which is already the one that we are having, and unwrap. Yep, so that's it. Now all of these logs that we have would be reported to our file, and then from there Logstash will read and process those logs and dump to Elasticsearch, and then Kibana will help us to like analyze and visualize those logs. So let's get on with it and do a demo. So first of all, let's spin up our stack, and we can just do is docker compose up -d, and boom, as you can see we have our stack ready. And once we have our stack up and running, we can just go ahead and do cargo run to run our application. And to gather some logs, we can just use any testing tool to hit some D request on health check, and another endpoint that we have is customer so one, and whatever we sent will be returned in the customer ID as Fred, our friend. So enough of the logs now we have. And providing if you have followed the video from the start till now, you should just go to localhost 5601 port, and you should see your Kibana up and ready here for you to visualize analysis on your log. And go here inside discover, and here you will find create data view, and you can see your index. So if your logs are properly added in your log file, if Logstash is able to process it and dump it to Elasticsearch, you should see your index here, customer API, the index that we added in our conf. And then here you can add the name of your service, maybe customer API logs, and then your index, so customer API, and right here some timestamp field if you want to, and then otherwise you can just say save data view to Kibana. Boom, there you go, you have your logs ready to visualize. And right here, as you can see, we hit with different IDs, get customer by 101, 13, 38, all the IDs that we hit, logs, and the dummy logs that we added in hello world as a warning logs are also here. So as you can see, the message is also here, target as customer API, and yeah, everything related to our logs is here, so we can visualize how our application is going, how much records it's generating, and everything. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys understand and learn something new. I have already added videos on OpenTelemetry setup and setting up different kinds of other dashboards and monitoring for you. Rust application should be popping somewhere on right top. Make sure to click it, watch it to make your application strong enough to troubleshoot in a very cool way. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, bye bye.